If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, like, and share so we can find others like yourself.
The day before a bridge collapses, it's probably still a good bridge. So there are two types of exchanges, those that have been hacked and those that haven't been hacked. So it's sort of hard to give a recommendation on one particular exchange because tomorrow they could be hacked. But go with those reputable ones, those four that we've mentioned. I'd say that's probably your best bet in terms of security.
Welcome to the Bitcoin Basics podcast with your hosts, Faris and Gordon from CoinCompass.com, enabling you to safely buy and securely store your Bitcoins. All resources are in the show notes and description, including our disclaimer. Visit BitcoinBasicsPodcast.com to subscribe and discover other free content.
Hello everyone, welcome to day 20 of our Bitcoin Basics podcast. Today's date is the 16th of April. I am still here in New Zealand. We are still in stage 4 lockdown, self-isolation. Gordon, where are you? How are you? What are you?
What am I? I'm an AI. I am still at the beach in lockdown. Apparently lockdown was going to get lifted today, but that's not going to happen. Another week apparently, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? So the current price of Bitcoin is 6,638 according to Bitstamp. And the current block height is 626,000. 626 would be Satoshi mining it. 626,195 according to Blockstream. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, head to blockstream.info.
All right, thank you for that, Gordon. So just a reminder to everyone, we're doing a 30 Days of Bitcoin series. You submit any questions you want about Bitcoin. There's no question too silly, too small. This is the basics. To do so, please go to coincompass.com/ask. Gordon, what is today's question?
Hi, Faris and Gordon. I'm a new listener. I've been enjoying your podcast. I have a little experience trading Bitcoin, but I've been away for a while. So my first question is, in the last 3 years, would you say that trading platforms have become more secure? I have family members who would like to get started trading Bitcoin as well. And they asked me recently what they should do to get started. So do you have any advice for them? What would be the first step for them to do?
Okay. Well, thank you for that question. I'll just give a brief one here. So I actually don't really trade Bitcoin that much anymore myself. I definitely don't trade it on margin. I recommend Bitstamp simply because they've got a two-factor authentication and they're very liquid. I have used others in the past. But yeah, I think I'll actually throw it to Gordon for this one. There are some other ones that we recommend. I think Binance is one if you want to get into your altcoins. But yeah, Gordon, you probably got more experience in this than I do, at least more contemporary experience.
I thought you were going to give your joke about how to make Bitcoins, how to trade Bitcoin.
I'm a one-trick pony. I need fresh material every time.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I'm like Faris as well. I don't really trade that often because, hey, it's the best way to lose your money. But firstly, an annoying answer. And for those people listening to this on the podcast, we have 3 previous episodes where we delved into trading, how to trade Bitcoin in 2020, part 1 and 2. And we did a recent question on Bitcoin trading platforms. So I will link all those in the show notes, and you may want to have a look at those for a longer explanation. Have trading platforms become more secure? Yes, I think they have been. Then again, the hackers have become more sophisticated with email links and whatnot. But at the end of the day, the same security hygiene should be used. So that's stuff like using a secure computer, using a password manager, using a separate email from your personal or work email, using 2FA, two-factor authentication, using a VPN, and et cetera, et cetera, and et cetera. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, we did a whole 5-video series on how to improve your security hygiene, which I'll link in the show notes. Essentially, when it comes to security, there are 2 parts to it. There's something that you control, which is all the things that I just mentioned. But then there's something that you can't control, which is the exchange's security. So you may have the best security in the entire world, but if your exchange is insecure, then that's it. So obviously, as Faris said, choose an exchange that is reputable. Faris mentioned Bitstamp and Binance. I would highly recommend both of those. They have excellent security practices. I would put in Kraken and Coinbase Pro into them as well. But as I mentioned in a previous podcast, the day before a bridge collapses, it's probably still a good bridge. So there are two types of exchanges, those that have been hacked and those that haven't been hacked. So it's sort of hard to give a recommendation on one particular exchange because tomorrow they could be hacked. But go with those reputable ones, those 4 that we've mentioned. I'd say that's probably your best bet in terms of security and using your security hygiene.
Do you want to learn how to safely buy and securely store your Bitcoins? CoinCompass.com is running a free 2-hour webinar on Sunday, 31st of May. To register and for more details, visit CoinCompass.com/webinar.
So Gordon's raised 2 really good points there. One is what you can control, and what you can control is your own security hygiene. So before you go logging into an exchange and buying Bitcoin, you want to make sure you're doing it from a safe computer. You're actually protecting your online identity and doing everything you can for your own operational security. And this is why we say with Bitcoin, there's a lot you need to know before you buy Bitcoin. And that's what our video series, which are now available for free, do teach you just good internet practice. And the feedback we've gotten from people is this helps in everyday life with internet banking, with emails, not just buying Bitcoin. It's actually made their lives more secure, more convenient. The other thing is that you cannot control is the counterparty risk. So we mentioned Bitstamp, Binance, Coinbase Pro, and Kraken. Well, if you're trading large sums of Bitcoin, which we do not advise, you don't want to maybe have them all on one exchange. Nothing's stopping you from using all 4, so you spread out that counterparty risk.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Faris. So not your keys, not your Bitcoin is one of the memes that is no more apparent nowadays. If you leave your Bitcoin on exchange, then that exchange get hacked, you've lost it. So as Faris said, maybe spread them out into 3 or 4 exchanges. So at least if one of the exchanges gets hacked, you've lost 25%, which is not great, but hey, losing 25% is better than 100%. So I guess the second part to that is how to get started. That's pretty straightforward. Just sign up for an account and get started. We assume that you're talking about cash trading and you're not talking about margins or any kind of futures or paper trading or anything like that. So just get started. We like Binance just for the did you have a question for us?
No, go ahead, but when you're done, I'll chime in.
Okay. Yeah, we like Binance, and you can follow our link, coincompass.com/Binance. That will take you straight there, simply because Binance is the most liquid. It has the cheapest fees, arguably the most secure. And also, it requires the least amount of KYC. It's not based in the US. So I would say for all of those reasons, give that a shot. If you are in other countries, then feel free to use other services. But I'd say that's probably the best place to start. But again, security hygiene. Make sure you're using at least a VPN and a proper browser with an ad blocker and all those other 2FA and other security things as well.
Yeah. So with that, with what Gordon's just mentioned, these are actually really key terms for you to understand. And please just go. The easiest way for us to answer this question is just to direct you to our YouTube series, where we go from everything on setting up a secure computer, setting up a VPN, setting up a password manager, and then we actually show you how to set up an account on Bitstamp and the work. So everything that you need to know is just in our YouTube video series, and that's available for free. So just go there, and it covers all this stuff.
Yeah, that might be an annoying answer, but I think that's probably the best thing. Go there, and you could do a lot worse than going to Bitstamp or Binance, and just get started. That's the easiest way. Just do it.
Oh, thank you, everyone. And just a reminder that, Gordon, we've got a free webinar coming up for exactly this, showing people how to buy Bitcoin. When is that webinar? And how do people register?
That's a fantastic question, Ferris. CoinCompass.com/webinar. And you mentioned only 50% of the important things, how to buy Bitcoin. The other 50% is how to store your Bitcoin once you've actually bought it. So we take you through that, and we show you some practical hints and tips and best practices. So go along to that, coincompass.com/webinar. And while you're there, sign up for our free newsletter and other free content. Thanks for watching or listening. Please visit coincompass.com/free to register to our socials and discover other free content. Subscribing, liking, and following helps this content remain ad-free. Until next time.